Hey guys, I am here in my kitchen today. You can see my spider webs. We got a few spooky things all around. Woo! I got a message from a friend of mine today. And it's about the third or fourth one that I've gotten in the past couple weeks about having issues with feeling like there's something negative that's following them or something that's in their home or different things like that. And we all know that Samhain is coming along, the veil is thinning, so sometimes this happens at this time of year. And I've just been getting a lot of activity coming towards me, asking me like what to do and if I can help and this, that, and the other. So I wanted to share what I'm doing for one of my friends today. So yeah, I am making a black salt. I am making an anointing oil, and I am creating some anointed candles to burn, as well as a Gris bag. Now, Gris is usually voodoo, although I do not do voodoo, but my learning has been in the Cajun culture, so that's just what we call it. So lack of a better name, that's what I call this little Gris bag, which is literally a bag with stuff. So I'm gonna kind of go through what I'm doing and why, and hopefully if you need these things, this will help. So yeah, so let me tell you a little bit of backstory as to why I'm creating the things that I did. With this particular person, they feel like there's something in their house, almost as if they're being haunted by something. People are kind of getting sick, and there's just a lot of bad luck, a lot of negativity around them. So the first thing I'm going to do is a black salt. Now with this black salt, I'm going to do a few different things. These are my own creations. They have been pulled through my ancestors, things that I've researched, and things that I have honed in. So these recipes are mine, but I'm sure they're similar to a lot that are out there. So, okay, the salt. So I start with a sea salt. Now this one is unrefined. I kind of like something that's supernatural. You can use sea salt. You could even buy black salt. But the reason I'm making this black salt is to put around the doors that you can come in and out of the house. This will have a few oils in it, essential oils for banishing negativity, as well as some that they use in like an exorcism, which like I don't really know. I don't really believe in exorcism per se, but I do believe in expelling spirits or expelling negativity from your space. So that's why I use the term exorcism, not for like the Catholic exorcism. So anyway, I'm going to have some stuff like that for protection, as well as banishing spirits or negativity within these black salts. And what this will be for was, like I said, putting outside the doorways or any entrances in and out of the house. So yeah, let's do that. So I have my little jar, and I'm going to use my mineral salt. I wish you could see, but I cannot set this thing up to where it'll freaking function properly because it's a piece of shit. What can I do? So I'm just gonna try to hold it up and show you. So I am just going to put this in here. Now I'm gonna pause right here. Okay. Oh, I know what I forgot. Oh, and I just created my circles. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna have to break this circle and come back again. Okay, BRB. So I like to make sure that I do have a sacred space in here. All that for a popsicle stick. Sorry, I was talking at the wrong end. Okay, so that's that. Comme ça, that means like that in Cajun French. I'm gonna teach y'all as I go. Okay, so to make my black salt, I do use hardwood charcoal, activated charcoal. It's messy. I'm wearing white, not always wise, but that's how it go. Okay, I'm gonna take my little popsicle stick and I'm just gonna grab a pinch of that. Even that might be too much, but okay. So I'll put that in there. And I'm just gonna start working this through. Now, as I'm going through this, I keep in mind my intention. And I make sure to repeat that intention and incantation as I do this. Okay. So as you can see, it's all nice and black in there. Now, here are eggshells. What I do is I clean and I dry any eggs that I use. And then I put them in my mortar and pestle and I create a powder. Eggs are really good for protection, the eggshells, so I'm definitely going to put this inside, a couple of pinches. I don't know if you can see it, of eggshells within. And I'm going to stir some more. What we want to do for this one is not only protect in and out, but pull out, right? Now, black salt, after about a week or so, there's a few different ways to get rid of it. I usually sweep away, right? And then redo, just because it does absorb that negative energy, right? So we don't want to keep it there. So that's that in there thus far. Now, also, I use ashes for my burned sage. Some people use different types of ashes. Some people use dirt from hollowed ground, all different kinds of stuff. This only burns my sacred sage or herbs, so I use these ashes for that purpose, as well as get any off of the sage that I'm using as I'm working on this. Okay, and again I stir. Something that I am adding to this basil. This helps in that exercising the negativity, anything that's attached itself. So I want to make sure that that's there at the door as you're walking in and out to pull this out, as well as cedar wood, which does kind of the same, and it adds that extra layer of protection, just because I want this to be. Oh, and I added, sorry, I do this part kind of intuitively. I go until I feel like I need to stop. About 5 or 6 drops of basil, thinking about 4 drops. This one's low. Of cedar wood for this. And then again, I'm going to stir because this is going to be grabbed, pinched, or, you know, with a spoon or however they want to do it. So it's just something to get those properties in there. And then I'm going to put a little bit more of my salt in there. Just a little bit more at the top to kind of top it off. Again, always keep your intention in mind when doing this. You don't want to do this haphazardly or without intention, simply because the more you focus, the more powerful it is, you know. I have to say, this doesn't smell bad. It actually smells really good, if I'm being honest. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm gonna cover this, and I am gonna give it a shake. So there we go, some black salt for this. Now, what I have right here is a pure white candle as well as a black candle. And what I want to do is I want to set things down as I make them and do a little bit of candle magic as I go along. So these will sit here with that. To make sure that we are cleansing and to put those intentions of removing the negativity, that's what the job of this is for. And again, just to enhance, right? So nothing fancy, literally just that. Okay, so next thing I want to do, I was about to rub my face and don't do that. Next thing I want to do is my, what am I feeling? Griggity bag is next. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. Yes. All right. So I'm starting off with, of course, the bag, which is probably going to get full of stuff. That's okay. In the bag, to start off with, bloodstone, which helps in banishing, clear quartz, and then clear quartz with tourmaline in it. Okay, so I'm putting this in the bag. Now, I'm also going to add, now this is just to keep, I usually recommend to keep it in the house, in the space that's mostly frequented or has the problems, or to keep it on you, or in the same room as you. Like if it just happens in one space, keep it there. If it happens in the whole of the house, keep it with you. If it's attached to you, keep this on your person. So I'm going to put a couple of pinches of eggshells again for protection. Okay. So yeah, so you're not going to open this up or mess around with it. I mean, you can if you want to, but it's mostly to keep with you. I'm also going to add juniper berries, dried juniper berries. And again, all of these have been picked for their protection, for blessings, for the removal of negativity and bad luck, and to exorcise any negative energy. So all these things that I'm putting in there, they kind of correspond with that. I'm also gonna put some anise stars in there. I grabbed this really cool little bag from Raven Moon Emporium. They were really awesome. Have all kind of really cool stuff. If you're wondering where I get some of my stuff. So I'll take some of these. Three of those. And again, into my little bag. You know, I wasn't gonna put frankincense, but I feel like I need to because that also helps. So I will go ahead and put a little bit of frankincense in there, just the resin. I'm gonna put like 2 little pieces of resin in there into our Gris bag. And I'm going to put some St. John's wort. I don't know if you'll be able to see, I'll kind of show you. This is some dried St. John's wort to go into, oh, my little bag. Sometimes you make a mess and that's okay. At this point, it's not about me, right? It's about what I'm working towards. So a little mess is easy to clean up. You know what? I'm gonna put a pinch of salt in here as well. I just feel like it needs it. Salt is always good for protection and all kinds of good stuff here. And I just like this unrefined salt. I'm just putting it in the bag. I hope I put it up enough for you guys to see. Sometimes I get in the zone and I'm just like, and I pull it all over my little spell scratch sheet. I always do a sheet with kind of like my scratch material where I'm like just like writing down ideas, anything that comes to me, what I'm thinking as I'm going through. And then once I've completed my my spell or my working, I then take this and put it into my grimoire. That way I can have just nasty stuff. And sometimes I don't even rewrite it. I just keep it raw and scribbled and stick it in there. So I'm feeling like that's all I want in there. It just feels right. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it, and I am going to tie it. And again, as you do so, incantation. Okay, so there's your little Gris bag. Some people put this in their like pockets. Again, like you can kind of take this with you, leave it in the space, but it's a great little talisman. I really like a good little bag like that. And this is just a muslin bag, if you're wondering. And then I do a double knot on the top to seal it in, and then again it's going to go by my candles that are burning. Lastly, I am making a little vial, a little bitty vial of anointing oil. Now this is going to be for windows and doors. Honestly, if you want to dab this on yourself, as long as you're using skin safe ingredients, you can do that. I always do, because I'm one of those people, like, I want it on me. Like if I'm using for something specific, I'm gonna put it on me. So here's our little dropper. So what I'm gonna do in here, first and foremost, is I have another piece of crystal, and this is, again, black tourmaline and clear quartz. So I wanted both of these stones, I wanted to make sure that they did so they fit perfectly in here. So that's just gonna be infused with that extra bit of protection, okay? Now, trying to feel this out because I have a bunch of different stuff, but like I'm already like ding, 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 where I'm going here. Okay, frankincense and basil. I want St. John's wort in here. I want cedar wood and lemon. I want rosemary and lavender. That's what I want. I have 2 others that I did not use, which also can help. That's a rose and a hyssop. But I'm just not feeling that this is what they need. So here I go. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this where you can see. So again, I have my little vial here. I'm gonna start with basil because I feel like basil is gonna be really strong in what this is needed. So just a little steady hand. Going with 6 of these. And again, guys, I do this intuitively, so I don't have a set thing that I can give you, but I can definitely write it down. Ugh. Come on, drop. I want that drop. I want it. So if you're interested, there we go. I can get it for you. I don't know how many drops that was. My frankincense is a bit crazy. It's crazy. I'm sorry if I'm not talking to the right spot. I want to look over here for whatever reason, but y'all are right here. My bad. Okay. I'm feeling St. John's wort. So what's important next? I love St. John's wort. I use it for a remedy for like sunburns and stuff too. With some calendula. And the spray bottle is pretty awesome. One with 4 here. 5. 5 of that. No. 6. 6 of that. Okay. Cedar wood. Cedar wood is hard to open. And it takes forever, y'all. I know this is quite a long time, but I just kind of wanted y'all to see my process. Four, 5. Didn't work at all. Okay. This cedar wood bottle is like working me, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna do some lemon. Feeling like just 3 of these would be fine. Come on, baby. 2, 3. I know some people like to use like 1 or 2 things. I'm like, no, man. You go with what flows with you. There's a reason. So sometimes my stuff tends to be complicated. This is rosemary. Now this, I know I use like a shit ton of different bottles, right? But a lot of times I get my stuff from our local place. They do a lot of their stuff organic. And it's local, and they do their own essential oils, and a lot of them are like mouth and ingestible, like they're safe. I use a lot of that. I use a lot of doTERRA because of anything that gets towards the mouth. I do make some salves and balms and stuff that go around the mouth, and like supplements and things like that. I don't have like a one brand, you know what I mean? I just get what I really like. Rosemary, 3. Now this lavender, look at this lavender, thinking like a 4. That's what's poking out to me. Okay. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm sorry, y'all. Yes. What I'm trying to do eventually, I want to, I'm thinking about starting a Patreon where I'm going to put all of these kind of things, like really lengthy, and have those kind of things, as well as some more little Cajun stuff. And I'm going to use the proceeds for that to get a camera that will actually show you this area a little bit better. That's in the works though. I'm working on a bunch of stuff. So, okay. So maybe one day is my point. I'll have a camera that you can see exactly what I'm doing. So this is what it looks like now. Okay. Now I'm not going to leave just pure essential oils, just because if they touch their faces, they touch their hands with this, it does have a little glass dropper. But I always like to put a carrier oil for the anointing oil, and I'm going to use sweet almond for this one. But yeah, I apologize about the lack of being able to see, but I just wanted to share, y'all. This is a lot of what I do. Maybe not on the daily, but at least once or twice a week, I'm here making stuff for people who contact me. And I just wanted to share this with you, especially because, like I said, the veil is thinning, man. A lot more people are gonna be coming around with these same issues. Now you can see the St. John's wort playing in there. Almost like, oh, I know it's hard to see. Almost like a lava lamp. So I like to shake it up.
Get it all in there.
Again, never lose sight of that intention. So there you go. Nitty gritty. That is the anointing oil. So I'm going to set these things right here. And then for my candles, last thing, I know I'm at 31 minutes. Maybe I will have sped up some of the stuff. Just some little candles that I want to anoint with a little bit of oil. I'm gonna take each of these little, just some little tea lights. I'm just gonna rub this on there. I'm just gonna take 2 drops of St. John's, no, one drop each of St. John's wort, rosemary, and basil. Again, just 1 drop. Basil, 1 drop. Not right. When you try to cap something with the wrong thing. Okay, now what I'm gonna do here, plain and simple for this candle, I'm not looking for anything fancy. I'm just gonna rub this around. I'm not gonna touch the wick.
And again, just keeping that intention.
All right. And there we go, you guys. There you have it. So those are my little elements of protection and banishment. And I hope you enjoyed. And if you are looking for any of these recipes, by all means, let me know. I will definitely be glad to get those to you. I'll have a link to my Instagram underneath, as well as my email. So if anybody is interested, just let me know. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everything that you guys do. Love you. Bye.